Welcome to the Directors Club podcast, your go-to resource for child care center owners and directors seeking success at their centers. Each week, we dive into the world of child care management, sharing valuable tips, tools, resources, and strategies to help you build enrollment, retain top teachers, and streamline your operations. With a casual and lighthearted approach, we tackle the challenges you face from staffing and enrollment to business skills and time management. Join us as we unlock the secrets to creating a thriving child care center. Let's laugh, learn, and grow together. This is the Directors Club podcast. Welcome to the Directors Club podcast, the podcast that helps you learn the business skills you need as a child care center director to build enrollment, retain your best teachers, and get your center operating just how you want it. I'm Noelle Dentino. I'm a fellow child care center owner and active director with my sister Sarah. We operate a successful child care center in Massachusetts. By merging my background in business with Sarah's background in early education, we found the perfect recipe for a successful center. We have a membership for directors that teaches short training videos with done-for-you business process so you can implement and take action today. When child care center directors implement these practices, they create the center they always dreamed of, a thriving child care center community. The Directors Club podcast will provide you with simple business tips to help you get things done at your child care center. Episode number 5, getting your job ad out there. Hey there, it's Noelle from the Directors Club, and I am back talking about our hot topic, hiring. I kicked off this 3-part series last week, so if you didn't listen to episode number 4, changing up the job ad, I want you to go back there and listen to that. Because I think that we need to change the job ad to sell it more to our potential employees versus telling them what we're looking for. I think that we need to focus on us selling ourselves to them. I think that's the trend that we will begin seeing in the very near future. So I need to find employees. It's the $1 million question. And if one of us finds the answer, we're probably going to be rich, right? But as a child care center director, we need to get ahead of the game, and we need to spend some planned time to prepare for potential employees checking us out, and we need to plan for finding these people and getting the word out. So every day you need to set aside time for recruiting. And I'm going to get into what you're going to do during that time, but I want you to prepare each day to tackle this. And if you haven't already listened to episode number 3, I found you 60 hours, I want you to do that next. And I want you to commit now, right now, that every day you're going to spend time recruiting, because it is not a one-time thing where you put an ad up and call it a day or post it one time on Facebook that you're hiring. It is a commitment that you need to make to yourself, to your team, and your center, that you need to find people. So I want you to go back and listen to episode number 4. I think that's what I said it was. It was episode 3, sorry. So I want you to go back to episode number 3, listen to how I find the time. I am an active child care center director at a center with 114 students. And not only do I find the time to lead it, but I also find the time to lead the Directors Club. So 15 minutes can be found, and I think we should be focusing it on recruiting right now. So you found your time to focus on recruiting. And next, I want you to be prepared, because they're going to start searching for you. And so how do we prepare when a potential employee starts searching for us? Because first impressions count. And so I want you to head over to your Facebook page, and I want you to see what activities are you sharing, your celebrations, or are you just putting on there that you're enrolling and you're looking for people? Because if you're messaging on Facebook or Instagram or whatever platform you're using to get the word out about your center is focused on enrollment, what is a potential employee going to think? They're going to think your enrollment's low and that their hours are going to get cut, and they just might not come apply it with you, right? So I want you to commit to posting one time a day, something positive, something that's going on that not only the parents will like, but your employees will like. Like, think about, do you have like a library? Is it a shelf, 3 shelves, or a room? Doesn't even matter. Take a picture of it and post that your teachers have access to this library. You can talk about the supplies that you provide for curriculum implementation. You could share something funny that happened at a staff meeting. There's so many ways that you can share things on Facebook that appeal to both the potential parent and the potential employee. You can consider asking your customers to review you on Facebook or Google. And then that way your potential employees can see what it's like to work there and like what the parents are going to be like when they engage and what they're going to see. I mean, imagine them, and then the next thing I want you to do is to head over to your website. And I don't want you to overhaul it, but I want you to look at it and make sure there's nothing on there that's not true. So did your hours change? Are you not offering something? Or maybe you're offering like new programs that aren't even on there. So I want you to clean that up a little bit. So I'm going to get into like 15 tips right now that are going to help you spread the word. So you got your job ad. The first tip is post it on your favorite platform. So number 1, where are you putting it? So most of us are putting our ads on Indeed right now. And we have for years. I know others use SchoolSpring and some other platforms, but get your ad posted and make sure your ad's selling to your potential employee. The next thing I want you to do is add a company review. So number 2 is add the company section to. So the next thing that I want you to do is number 2 is complete the company section of that platform. So many times we have these platforms where we post a job and that's all we do. But there is another level on these platforms where you can post all about your company. And I want you to complete your company profile. That way, when people go looking for you, it has all the information that they need. The third thing that you're going to do, and I just got this tip from Raphael, he's my contact on Indeed, and he was saying to me that I should ask my current employees to give me a review on Indeed so that my potential employees can see what it's like working here. And I thought that was an awesome tip. So I emailed just right now, I emailed my current employees and said, would you consider reviewing us on Indeed as we build our team? We want to find the right employees to come work for us that fit into our teamwork. Our respectful team, someone that's invested in early education. I want them to know who they're going to be working with. And so I asked my employees to do this, and I already have a couple, I think, because they emailed me back and said they'd do it. And another cool feature on that when I was looking at it with him was that, good or bad, it is anonymous. So any of them can do it. So they don't need to be concerned that their name's getting out there or if they feel pressured or whatnot. And they don't have to do it. It's their choice. But I need help finding employees, and I'm asking them to help me with the process. All right, tip number 4. You can post a job on Facebook or Instagram. And so go ahead and post on there. You can post it in your news feed. On Facebook, they actually have a section for jobs, so you could post it there. And I'd use the same copy that you did for the job ad, so everything is consistent in the marketplace that people are seeing. The next tip is you can do an ad on Facebook or Instagram based on your job ad. That's the 4th thing. So post the job, and then this one's going to be put some money behind it. So Think of your budget that you're spending. How much money do you want to spend on a job ad, and put some of it on the platform for the job ad, and then put some of it on a Facebook ad, and just target, within 15, 20 miles of where you work, of where your center is. You don't want to go out further because people have to commute to you. So you want to think of the commuting time and focus on that area with the skill sets that you're looking for. And you will get, you probably will see a little bit of results from that as well. The fifth idea that we have for you is sharing with your parents and employees. So put it in your weekly newsletter, or just do a one email or a flyer to your parents and your teachers and say, we're looking to expand our team. We have positions in, infant, toddler, preschool, whatever you have, and ask them to share your posts on Facebook. Ask them to tell their friends. Send them an email and ask them to share the email with people that they know. The sixth topic is sharing on local Facebook groups. So in our area, and I know many do across the country, we have these groups called Everything North Attleboro, Everything Cumberland, Everything this town. And so join those groups and share your job ad in those groups. Let people know you're hiring, and make sure that you're responding to any comments that they have so that they know that you are active and responsive. The seventh thing that you can do is reach out to your family and friends and tell them that you're looking for people, and ask them to share on their Facebook pages, to share with their friends. My friends many of my friends have kids in college, and they're full-time, so they're not really looking for full-time jobs, but think of the people that I come in contact with. And if I'm sharing that on my page, I don't know who they come in contact with. I don't know their neighbors, their coworkers, children. Just trying to get it out as much as possible. So share it with your family and share it with your friends, and ask them to help share it too. The more people that share your posts, the better. And I also want you to know that you can do this one time, right? So you're sharing, say, today. Do it again in like 4 days. Go back out there and do another little barrage of, would you share my post? Share it on your page, share it in the groups. That way it's just like continuous, and do it for like 3 or 4 times. Like every 4 days, reshare and see how the response is to that. The eighth tip that we have for you is local trade shows. All right, so tip number 8 is local trade schools. So do you have any local trade schools? Like we have one in town called Tri-County. They serve our area, and reach out to them and say, we have a job position open. They have recent graduates that they might be looking for work. Or you could potentially find like a junior or someone entering their senior year, and maybe offer them an after-school job, because they could potentially be your next full-time employee once they graduate, or be able to cover for vacations and summers. So those are great places to reach out to. I would reach out to, sometimes it's the guidance department, and other times they have specific people in their I forgot what they call it, but there's a specific departments, and you can just reach out right to the office and determine who you need to speak with. All right, the 9th tip is to reach out to local high schools. In the guidance department, they will hang up job ads for you. Have them hang it up. Have them post it on where they post it. There's so many times that I've reached out to guidance counselors with job positions, because they know the kids, right? And they might have a student that is graduating that doesn't know what they want to do, but is very interested in children and teaching, and they'll know that. And then they can take your job and go ahead and share it with people. All right, tip number 10. Reach out to local colleges and talk to them about their potential. All right, number 10, reach out to the local colleges. Now, you don't find much luck with the four-year colleges, and I'm not sure why. In our area, we don't have big early ed bachelor programs, but our community colleges tend to have some really great employees coming out of them. So reach out to a local college. Maybe even try a community college if you just want to try one, and email them. Ask them if you can post. Some of them have online posting that you can do for free. So consider adding that. All right, tip 11 is update your website and put it on there. So create a tab on your website that's called Careers, and you can post your job there. You can share your website page there. Think about this in the future. So once you're fully staffed or getting back up there, if you have a careers tab on your website and you think of sharing it like 1 to 2 times a month on your Facebook page, just keep posting that a few times a month all year, you're just going to continuously work on recruiting, which is awesome. So that is a piece that you should add to your website. All right, number 12, create a flyer. Now you can go to Canva, CANVA.com. They have a free platform for you that you can create. Just type in flyer and just add a photo, update it with your coloring so it matches your branding, and then go print them out and go around and ask local businesses like restaurants if they would consider hanging them up in their place. Maybe at the Chamber of Commerce might let you hang it up, or at the print shop where you printed it. So find places you might be able to hang it up. Now, I know restaurants are like just as desperate as we are to find employees, but it's a different employee that we're going to find. So they might consider it too. All right, number 13. In Massachusetts, it's called Mass Hires. But every state government has a hiring arm to it to help local businesses find employees. So reach out to them. If you're in Massachusetts, reach out to Mass Hires. They'll put a job ad up online for you and share it on their Facebook page. All right, number 14, host a career day. So you could put it out there on social media. You could add it to your job description on your Indeed ad. You could share with other local child care centers that you're hosting a career day, and if they're interested, and set up a Zoom call that lasts from like 10 to 4, 6 hours. Leave it open for 6 hours, and just invite people to jump on in. You can, and whoever comes in, you can talk about like the careers that you have open, your company culture. Like you can kind of read through your job ad that you have created, and then take them on a quick tour of the center and just keep repeating that, even if people are just jumping on board. So come up with a quick plan on how you're going to do that, and just begin. Like when the first person gets on, read through the job ad, do a quick tour, and then start over again. If anyone new came in, you can allow for a quick Q&A, and see if you can get people to come in through that means. Number 15, you can post on LinkedIn. I'm not really sure how many of our potential employees are on LinkedIn, but I will say that there are many professionals on there from a variety of different careers. And if you have connections on LinkedIn that are local to you, I think it's great for you to post it there, because like I said, the more eyes you're getting in front of, the better. So as they come across people and they're hearing, so-and-so's looking for a job, and if it has anything to do with your industry, they might recall seeing that on LinkedIn and can connect you that way. All right, number 16, Google reviews. So ask your families to do some Google reviews on you, or Yelp, either one, and see what they come up with. And those are great to share on your Facebook page. Those are awesome to have if you have a potential client, Those are great to have if you have a potential employee Googling you. So look there to see. So ask your families and your teachers to review you on Google. And that way, as people are searching for you, those reviews come up and they'll see what great things are going on at your child care center. So I just gave you 16 tips of ideas of things to share. And it's really all going to come down to you posting or talking about a job and the right person seeing it. And that's why I think it's so important that we have a consistent daily practice, because you never know who's going to see it and say, hey, my so-and-so might enjoy that career. So let's take a step back for a second. First, I want you to set up your public profile, so your Facebook page and your website, so that your job seekers check you out and it matches your job description, right? So make sure that Facebook page, every day you have one thing being posted about something awesome about your child care center. And then I want you to the step 2 is to focus each day to get things going. So think of the 16 things that we just went through. Like, can you today for 15 minutes, can you update your company profile on Indeed? And then tomorrow, can you share an ad in some Facebook groups or create a job on Facebook? Can you, on the third day, just reach out to everybody you know and say, can you please share this? We're looking for people. You just never know who's going to come across it. So I hope you were inspired by 1 or 2 things in this podcast that will help you find your next great employee. Next week on our podcast, we're going to be talking about employee onboarding. So last week in episode 4, we wrote the job ad. Today, we discussed how to get the job ad out there. And next week, I'm hoping we're finding people. And what's the greatest way that you can welcome a new employee is by having a comprehensive onboarding plan that's super easy to implement and is really thoughtful in a way to make someone feel comfortable as they onboard onto your company. And it really proves to be a way that you can retain teachers longer. So I want to thank you for listening. If you have a second, if you wouldn't mind reviewing us so I know that I'm on the right topic. This podcast is all about you and how I can support you right now today. So I want to make sure the topics we're talking about are on point. So thanks for reviewing us. Thanks for listening. And I can't wait to catch up with you next week. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Directors Club. We hope you found tips, tools, and strategies valuable for your childcare center. To access even more resources and take your center to new heights, visit our website at thedirectorsclub.net. There you'll find a wealth of exclusive content, training programs, and support tailored specifically to childcare center owners and directors. Don't miss out on this opportunity to unlock your center's full potential. Remember, success starts here at the Directors Club.